The Muppets are back and more popular than ever. Muppets Most Wanted is hitting the theaters. And also, have you ever had an idea to create your own Muppet-like creature or a creature of any kind? Well, we're going to talk all about that with none other than Brian Henson, son of Jim Henson, the creator of the Muppets. And Brian, it looks like you're surrounded by a bunch of your friends.
Yeah, I am. Well, these are two creatures. These were made for a promo that we did for the show. This is the one-eyed, one-horned flying purple people eater. There was a famous song way back in the 50s and 60s, and we did a 30-second promo for the show using these. These are actually creatures that our Creature Shop staff built, and then so it goes one-eyed, then two-eyed, and then at the end there's the giant multi-eyed, multi-horned flying purple people eater that comes crashing down at the end. It's a great little promo. You should see it. But I don't have the creatures that any of the designers are building on the series because those all stay secret. You have to watch the show to see them.
Well, why don't you explain that to folks? I do want to ask you a couple questions about the Muppets too, but why don't you explain that to folks, the show, the design. What's the concept here with this television show for those who don't know?
Well, this is the first reality series that the Jim Henson Company has made, and there's a specific type of artist that works in our Creature Shop, and these are the people who can design a creature, conceive of a creature, then build the creature, sculpt it, do the mechanical eyes and everything like this guy, cable controls. It's quite an ambitious art form, and the artists who are the designer builders of these are almost like magic. They're so talented, and the world doesn't really know anything about them. So it felt like this is a really cool, like, secret place where these artists are doing such extraordinary things that nobody has seen before. So we scoured the country and we found 10 designer builders, creature designer builders. What we found over the years is these, what we call all-round artists, they probably started when they were 8 years old. Almost all of them 8 or 9 years old in their garage making creatures. So we found 10 of them, brought them in, and every week I give them a creature brief, a description of what kind of creature we want them to build, how much time they have, which is between 2 and 4 days, and whether they'll be working in a team. And then they build their creature, and then we do a film test in our soundstage where we do a film test of each creature, and then one creature wins that episode, and then one creature, one designer is eliminated from every episode. And then at the end of the series, the winning creature designer wins a cash prize, but they, more importantly, they win a job here at the Creature Shop, and then they get to work here in the Creature Shop afterwards.
That is awesome. And where and when can people watch the show? Because I'm sure people are going to want to tune in and see all these incredible creatures and the incredible creativity behind the mind of the creatures. When can we watch this?
It'll be on Tuesday night at 9 p.m. on Sci-Fi, and it'll be every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. And yeah, it's a really smart show. It's it's inspiring to watch these artists work. For me, this was a really special project, close to my heart, and really, it's inspirational to watch these artists work.
Reality TV show featuring brilliant minds as opposed to some people who are not so smart sometimes on the reality TV shows. No. Hey, let me talk to you a little bit about the Muppets. Now, you're surrounded by creatures now, but this kind of must have been like your childhood too, surrounded by all these creatures, all these Muppets with your dad, Jim Henson. What was it like growing up in that atmosphere, and then also now to see the resurgence of his characters?
Well, as a kid, I guess we were kind of like a circus family. There's 5 of us, 5 siblings, and my dad was working in the studio all the time. So the way we would spend time with him is we'd all go and hang out in the studio. So when they were shooting the Muppets, there would be kids crawling around, and that would have been us. And we would be in the workshop playing in boxes full of eyeballs and things like that. And that seemed normal to me. I was surprised that other people didn't have a similar sort of upbringing. But then as I grew up, we all sort of got involved with the Muppets, and we would help with the shooting. And then I guess I got particularly excited about it. And the second Muppet movie, Great Muppet Caper, I performed all the bicycles that we're doing in the bicycle scene. I like the special effecty things when I was a kid. So figuring out how to ride a bicycle from the back of a crane with 40-foot strings was the kind of thing that I like to do. And I got very excited about all the radio-controlled mechanisms. So the whole creature side of the business is where I got sucked to it at a young age, and I moved to London, and that's where the original Creature Shop was in London, and that was really where I was working full-time until my dad died when I was 26, and that's when I came back and took over the company, and then went back and forth between London and here.
Well, very cool. And you can see all these creatures, Muppets Most Wanted, in theaters. Jim Henson's Creature Shop Challenge featuring Brian Henson on Tuesday nights. Thank you so much for you and your friends joining us on Studio 10 this morning.
Well, my pleasure. Thanks for having me, Joe.